Hello and welcome to BFFsWineNTell, our spicy, saucy, and sassy podcast on life and its many myriad experiences.
Told through the eyes of two besties who have probably seen it all.
Love, heartbreak,
Success, failure.
loneliness, companionship, you name it.
We talk life, but we make it light.
So come along with us on this journey. You will laugh,
You may wipe a tear or two.
but you'll most definitely say,
Oh man, I can totes relate to that.
oh, by the way, what's your color of choice?
Huh?
Wine, I meant red or white. Bring a glass or a bottle along, babe,
And grab your bestie.
because the fun has just begun. So like, subscribe, and share with your besties. Cheers! Hello and welcome to yet another beautiful episode of our podcast, which we call BFFsWineNTell. It's sassy, saucy, and spicy, and it's about the beautiful myriad experiences of life. And today, we are going to talk about something that's been on our minds lately, turning 40, because someone turned 40 recently. My bestie, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
And I'm still recovering from it.
It's still recovering from
It's been
it.
3 months. Can you hear my voice?
Yeah. I mean, your 40th birthday party was a rager, right? Like,
It's epic.
I mean,
and I'm a difficult
cheers.
person to please.
Tell me about it. I lost a few pounds trying to plan your party, man. But tell me, how does it feel being in the third month or the fourth month rather after turning 40?
First of all, can I just say how gorgeous this wine is?
I literally thought you were going to say, first of all, can I just say how gorgeous you look today? But no, clearly priorities.
It's a beautiful wine.
It is.
Marquis de
Montejos. She just can't get that word right. So she looks at me and says, because it's Montejos, like a ho, like a ha.
Like we hosts are here right now.
Expensive. But seriously,
Yes.
I know you're very difficult to please. So I really want to show off about the party that I painstakingly planned. Pretty
Not bad,
much
not bad.
Not bad? Not bad?
I must give it to you. To gather all those women in the room.
Like single-handedly,
Yeah.
It was tough because I've learned to delegate over the years, but like there aren't that many people willing to take up the delegation, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But do you want to tell them like how it went, like what the party was? And
Basically, to elevate you.
yeah.
Put you on a pedestal.
Yeah.
How great it
Yeah.
went. Okay. For the many amazing birthday celebrations that I've planned for Dipashree.
And the many amazing that I have planned for you since your 28th birthday, if you recall.
This birthday, I must say, was one of the epic birthdays. There was a
She's
plan.
crying, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
you can't see.
My eyes are just tearing. So there was a plan that I already knew, and I told her I am not going to do it because I've done it before and I hate it, and it was pole dancing. And then she had already planned it, and the rest of the ladies were excited. I was like, okay, let's just go with the flow. And then we went to the pole dancing class. Oh my goodness. I realized that having the right instructor is so important to set the tone, to set the environment, and also the techniques that she taught us. I never learned it before in my first pole dancing class. Everybody nailed it, and we couldn't stop them from swinging.
Okay, I want to give some context to this. She's done the most amazing things on my birthdays. Like we have gone to like a costume shop where we have all put on our, childhood fantasies. Like we've all fantasized about being Disney princesses. So I became Belle. That was one of my most favorite birthday parties. She's done yacht parties for me. So I am at a loss as to how to elevate that because, we are all competitive. So dance is like a part of who she is. So But that is undeniable that it has to be part of our birthday. So we started off with like a very fancy kind of a dinner at the Singapore edition. They are just so nice and they just take such good care of us. Magnum bottles of champagne copiously were consumed. And then I needed dance to be a part of it, but not something that we'd be unglamorously sweating our guts out, because then there was a party cab waiting to take us elsewhere. Now, I mean, I don't think I expected to swing around the pole, because there are certain limitations, with being so gorgeous. But like she said, with so many women there and like everybody wanting to give it a try, the magic in the room and the instructor, right? I think Gladys. And then I remember, I know I'm making a big life lesson out of it, but we couldn't grip the pole. And then she gave us something like a little powder. And that minute when you held on to it, the swing happened. And the life lesson for me is sometimes the biggest struggles can be solved by a very small strategy. It's not
about gripping things.
No, I mean, that's not about gripping things. But like a small powder can solve such a big problem, because I never thought, I just thought I'm going there to watch and take photos and videos of everyone having fun. I mean, I've never done pole dancing, and I thought you'll have fun or everyone else. And then I was having so much fun that we actually signed up for a class. But that wasn't the end of the night, ladies and gentlemen. We went on to another club, which weirdly was empty.
Yeah, but it was a beautiful venue.
It was, yeah.
So
we went there
we
for
take every chance to take every photo that
and
we
our
can
friend
in
over
every
here
corner.
With those videos will probably never see the light of the day, or they may. Danced her guts out on she channelized her daughter through that evening, and I was like,
hello, not just my daughter. Every Singaporean will know that song and love that song.
no, I mean everyone in the world. It's not limited to just Singapore.
Yeah. Okay.
So, okay.
Yeah, turning 40.
So, I mean, I also just not so recently turned 40. But, okay. Tell me, what's the one thing, because you recently turned 40 and I not so recently turned 40, what's the one thing you swore you would have figured out by 40, but you feel like you still don't?
Motherhood.
You haven't figured motherhood? I thought you figured it all out.
Please. Every day is a new day. Not only motherhood, professionally, I don't think I've figured out how to actually scale my companies.
Okay.
And it's funny you asked me that, because I just had a recent experience through someone who was trying to raise capital for her business. And on her behalf, I was actually pitching to an investor. And it was one of the worst calls I've had in my life. It was very triggering. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is tough. Like, pitching for your business is tough. Especially when you're asked tough questions like, this can be easily replicated. Now there's AI. All these questions just threw me off. And I was like, I don't think I'm ready. I thought I was. Like, after 15 years of running my company, I thought I could start asking for investments and capital and, scaling and all that. But I don't think I'm ready for it.
That's tough and vulnerable. I want to share that. I think my career journey has never been linear. You know that, right? Like, I'm a literature student that works in tech. I thought by 40, I wanted to be in the C-suite. I don't think I'm close. And the funny part is I don't want to be in the C-suite anymore. Because the closer I get to it, the less attractive it becomes to me. I don't think it's about being in the C-suite is at all about making a difference to people, which is what I've always wanted to do, because I thought being in the C-suite means you have more power, you can help more women get there. But it's lesser and lesser about that. It's more and more about having more power for yourself.
Yeah, and also knowing you personally, I feel like you kind of marry your job. Like, where is the damn time to help other people?
Yeah.
Most of the time, you're just trying to put out fires in your own
Exactly. Exactly. So I think there are very few people, and I think they know who they are. We know who they are, who get into that position and are able to use their influence to do some actual impact beyond the bottom lines of the companies that they are serving. So I actually I have only two things to say to anyone listening or watching. First of all, I found a lot of peace when I think at around 41 or 42, I let go of that target. I said, but whose timeline am I on? My own, right? I decided when I was 11 that by 40, I should be this. I didn't even know what a CEO was. So I just read somewhere that it's cool to be the CEO. So I will be that. And society feeds you that. They put you on the cover of magazine, blah, blah, blah. At 40 or 41, I said, no. That timeline doesn't work for me. So I think the message even for you is that this fake pressure that by 40 you need to be ready for investors, it's not required. You are running on your own time and you're running your own race. I think honestly, the only person you want to be in a race against is yourself. And that gave me honestly so much peace that so many of my friends are CEOs and CMOs already. And I'm just so happy for them. Can I be honest and say there is 10% jealousy and another 10% of, I didn't make it? 100%.
Yeah.
That's human nature. But is there also 80% freedom that, oh my God, I'm not on that timeline anymore? Yeah.
But you also need to be consciously aware that what you said, the race is against yourself. But it's not easy when you're actually surrounded by people who are actually killing it in their 40s.
But so are you. You're killing it in a different way.
It's a mindset.
Exactly. Your definition of killing it and sticking to it on a daily basis, doing that spiritual work. And like I always say, cutting out the white noise. I think the way to cut out the white noise is two things. And I'm not a spiritual guru by any chance, right? I've done a lot of deep work. I've done therapy. I've done mindfulness. I've done journaling like you have. And you and I have done a lot of spiritual work, right? We pray a lot and all of that. I'm not asking you to pray, guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying when you do all that, it's the ability to cut out the white noise of other people succeeding. And their cost of success is very high. You also have to ask yourself if you're willing to pay for that cost, right? Your success is very different. My success, and I know what your success is like and you can talk about it. My success is coming back home at the end of the day to my husband.
Oh,
that is my success. I remember being on the verge of 40 and taking a conscious decision that I do not want to be so-called successful in the eyes of the society and come back home to an empty apartment. No shade to anyone who's doing that. I know they are killing it and I know they're very happy, but that's not my definition of a success. I like running back home to him, and however modest that may look to other people, that's my definition of success. Your definition of success is the fact that you have two beautiful children who are running to embrace you the moment you head home, even though you feel you're not ready for investors.
This morning when I woke up and the kids were still sleeping, they were sleeping in because it's their school holidays right now. I woke up and I'm like, I am doing this for them. Like I'm hustling right now for them. And I could just cuddle in with them and have to sleep in with them. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm not doing it. But I told myself, like, this is what I'm doing for their future. This is what I want them to see, that, mama is going out there doing what she loves to do and coming back as a happy mama. I'm not going out there like, I'm going to a job that I hate and then she's coming back grumpy and bitter and sour. That was my wake-up call when I got up this morning. So thanks to you for being on the same wavelength as me doing this together.
Yes. So, I think the message, ladies, is I know it's very difficult to cut the timeline, but cut it. Draw your own timeline, and trust me, it's a better, bigger, longer timeline. Cut yourself the slack and chase only your own strengths, your own timelines, and trust me, you'll be just so much more fulfilled. Yeah. I know it's very difficult to cut out the white noise. Even every now and then I do get very affected. But frankly, a switch turns when you're 40. Take advantage of that. Yeah. That switch is going to turn for you as well. It turned for me at 42 and I was like, I don't care. Oh my God. Maybe it's perimenopause. Who knows? We'll talk about that. Okay. How many anti-aging serums?
Who's asking that question? I should be asking you. How many anti-aging serums do you have in your shelf? Or how many Botox sessions have you gone for?
I am being honest about each of those. So let me talk about anti-aging serums. I actually started with the under-eye anti-aging serum when I was 25. Because I have a lovely dermatologist and she's a friend. So, and she told me that the under eye thins the fastest. So I remember, what was it? Shiseido, I think, at that time, and then Estee Lauder and whatnot. You'll not believe, now I actually don't have an under eye serum. I have it and I put it very non-religiously. My routine then was far stricter than my routine in the 40s, because I do have like a laser, because I have acne prone skin. So I have a laser every month and anti-acne peel every other month. I am honestly very pro Botox. So I do have had to get masseter Botox done because I have jaw locking.
Yeah, and you've made me pro Botox as well.
Do speak about that.
Let's talk about that.
Do that. So, do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pro Botox. do you?
So I was very anti-Botox before. I'm like, what is it you're putting on your face? You know, you can just exercise. The collagen will help lift it up, blah, blah, blah. And she actually forced me, literally forced me to, she booked the tickets for me to Korea. And then forced me to book an appointment with the dermatologist over there, Botox, sculpting, whatever you call it.
And then missed the flight.
And what missed the flight?
I didn't get my visa.
Let's just say that she did not get her visa. And this was the night that we were packing. That means one day before we were actually supposed to fly off, she calls us, another girlfriend of mine and I, and says that, girls, I did not get my visa. I can't come on this trip. And my girlfriend and I mean, I've never traveled with my girlfriend before, but I'm sure we'll have equal fun. But it was devastating to hear, and we were so mad at her because we didn't know.
At me? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Because we didn't know that there was a process to get this visa to Korea. If we had known, we have told her to apply 2 months before the flight. She only applied like 2 weeks before the trip.
Yeah.
So that's on her, and I actually wrote a very emo post
about
it because we really missed her on the trip. This trip was supposed to happen because of you.
Yeah.
So anyway, fast forward to the Korea trip. So we went to the clinic, and she's assessing my face, and my concerns have always been the lines on my forehead.
Yeah.
And from the forehead, and you know when they assess your face, they assess through, right? So from forehead, she went down, down, down. Then she said your under eye, and then she did some, what do you call that? Where you help to like take away the dark.
Laser?
Not laser.
Resurfacing, I think.
Yeah. So there were shots done here. There were shots done here.
Okay, lifting.
And then the lifting, the sculpture or something.
Sculpture, yeah.
And then here, and the most painful thing was my nose. I did not do anything surgical to my nose, but they say that they can make it like smaller. Okay.
Smaller than it already is. It's non-existent. Ladies and gentlemen, she has to have special glasses made for her face. Every time I buy glasses for her, I literally have to test it. Like, will it even sit on the bridge? Bridge? What bridge? There is no bridge. It's non-existent. Look at that nose. They made it smaller? What brief? Who's the doctor? Sue them.
I screamed. I was like, I remember a nurse was holding my hand. I was like squeezing her hand so much. I will never do the nose again. I will never touch my nose again because that pain was unbearable. I will give up. I mean, I will give up. But I gave up giving birth, but I will give birth 10 times more. But that pain
I
on
am
my
not
nose.
willing to pay for 9 to 8 other godchildren. Sorry.
Anyway, I told myself, I say, you know what, this is my 40th present to myself.
Okay.
I will do everything else because I really love the results of it, how it turned out. And so I realized that actually when it comes to putting products on your face, you don't really need that much after you do this treatments, right?
I
so
am just
essentially
going to
spending less money on your products.
I am just going to say it.
Okay.
So I know this is a very controversial topic, and to each her own. Absolutely no pressure. People are going to say, oh, society wants you to look a certain way. I don't give a damn. I want to look good for me. I want to look good. I may actually stop doing it at a certain age because, again, I don't give a damn. My first Botox was done out of necessity because my jaw locking was really bad because I have a certain structure of the jaw because of the misalignment of my teeth. You may wonder why I haven't gotten my teeth corrected. Again, I don't give a damn. But when I look at her now, she is looking refreshed. She is looking beautiful and she loves it. As long as you love it, you have the money to spend on it, and it makes you feel good, please go ahead and do it. Stop the day you don't want it. Do not do it for anyone else, just do it for yourself.
And I also love the experience of it. I think maybe
Yeah,
because
and you made a friend,
it
right?
was in Korea. And then the clinic that I went to, I made a friend. She was really nice. And just the whole, I think it should be like a Botox retreat.
It should be an experience. Yeah. Ooh,
We should have a Botox retreat.
Maybe we should organize it.
We should organize
Ladies,
it.
okay, drop us a note when you watch this episode on YouTube or you can't do that on Spotify, but on Instagram. Just tell us if you'd like us to organize a Botox retreat. You're actually so right. For me, every time, like when I go back to my dermatologist in India, she's a friend. So for me, it's an experience. We chit chat. All the ladies in the clinic will be like asking me about, what's going on. And like, it's like a total experience. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then you end up looking like her, gorgeous, like a model.
Okay.
Okay. If your 20-year-old self saw you today, what would she say? Gorgeous. Much like this wine.
You look just like how I'm looking. 20.
Oh, Lord, you look way better. If you saw her at 20.
Come on.
I do have a picture. Maybe we can insert that.
Why not? Go for it. I'm sure people will agree.
Well, at 20, ladies and gentlemen, she wasn't quite the supermodel she is today. She was
mean.
She was very, very beautiful as always.
Innocent.
That is not what I would use. She just, like all of us, like I was super hot in my 20s, but I think lacking finesse. But in all seriousness,
Basically, I was stupid. Yeah.
Okay, in all honesty, if my 20-year-old self saw me today, she would look at me and say, "Fuck, what a badass."
So proud.
So proud.
Yeah.
You did what you told me you would. Just keep going.
See, you were smart in your 20s. Like you were smart.
What?
You knew where you wanted to get at too. I was so
Do you not
stupid in my
remember
20s.
what I did in my 20s?
What?
Who I was with and how disastrously my 20s ended? We shall talk about that.
Yeah, okay, another episode.
Yes.
I actually have a question for you. Like, inner physicality wise, do you find like your gut going haywire, your sleep you don't sleep as much as you used to before? Like, do you find any difference? Because for me, I feel like, yes, my gut has like gone for a toss, like it's become more sensitive.
Yeah.
And I can't eat as much. You know how I love my food. Okay, I really love food.
She can eat 2 kgs of biryani at one go.
But I realized I cannot do that anymore.
Yeah.
And not that I'm appreciating the fact that my body, as she's talking to me, that, it's feeling uncomfortable after what I do. But I just find like, wow, these sensitivities that I'm feeling is like more obvious right now. And sleep, like I love my sleep. I can sleep anywhere.
She slept for 2 hours before her own wedding when I was stressing out. I had to put an alarm on her phone so that she woke up for her makeup appointment.
Yeah, but now with sleep, I can't sleep. And you know how I need to like knock off by like 10 p.m. whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I'm like awake at 1.
I know. So I agree to everything you've said. It's become a little pronounced for me in the last 1 or 2 years. I dare say that this might be, and obviously not an authority on it, but I've been reading up a lot on it. I dare say these are all signs of early perimenopause. And the funny part is, I hadn't heard about this word until last year.
And also a lot of women are starting to use it freely, like as though it's like every reason that they find, they say it's perimenopause.
But it probably is. I'll tell you why. When even until 3 years
we can
back,
defy perimenopause.
Okay, so I have asked my gynecologist this. It is perimenopause can go, and again, please don't quote me on this, anywhere between 5 to 7 years. It's this exact period that you are going through, and let me try and from my memory talk about the signs. Lack of sleep, insomnia. Okay, exactly what you and I go through. It takes me 2 hours on an average to fall asleep. Okay, gut. Oh my God. That's number 2. Number 3, putting on weight. overnight I put on 3 kgs, no idea where from. I love my cake, but trust me, I wasn't having cake every day.
Yeah, I tell her, now when I sniff something, I put on calories.
I literally have I'm not kidding, 2 bites of cake and I'm 500 grams heavier. Even the cake wasn't.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Alcohol. You drink one night, you are recovering for 2 weeks. Okay. So again, I spoke to my gynae about it. I think the solution they are still figuring out, and there is a political and a medical solution to it. I'll talk about the medical solution. She put me on plant-based hormone therapy. And Dr. Maithili, your cousin, actually suggested to me that short-circuit it and go on actual hormone-based therapy, which HRT, which many women are going on, and it really simplifies their life. It undoes most of what you and I are going through.
No, it's true. I see so many women, especially women who are on plant-based diet, they really defy perimenopause. They defy menopause itself because there's something about plant-based diet that actually helps to rejuvenate your cells, renew your cells, and keep you young. Keep everything inside young. So
yeah, that's one. And the second is exercise, which you are amazing at.
Yeah.
Ladies,
you still need to give me your schedule for badminton. Games.
We did play badminton in our car park, and that was a whole different episode. It was so fun. Strength training in your 40s, please do not run away from it.
Every day.
She does it every day.
Fail.
It is your life savior. We are, again, not experts on menopause, but I'll tell you, you said people are using it freely. Women now have buying power. That's why suddenly people are interested in perimenopause. Companies are interested in providing us with drugs, with lifestyle solutions, with almost sociological help to solve perimenopause.
Yeah,
why do you think during our mother's time no one came forward?
So to rephrase myself, when I say women are using freely, that are going through many perimenopause, are women who are not doing anything about themselves.
Yeah.
That they're using it so freely. I'm feeling this way because it's perimenopause. I'm feeling that way.
I think there are solutions available.
Yes,
what I mean to say is these solutions were not available even 5 years back. No one was talking about it.
No one.
Now that we have money and we have a voice, everyone's suddenly interested. So I'm saying, let's take advantage of it.
Yeah.
What we have talked about here is definitely not medical advice. Even when I say it's 3 to 5 years, I know a personal friend of mine went through it for 7 years, guys.
Yeah.
7 years of perimenopause.
Well, if the ladies would like us to have an expert on to talk about this
can do that.
perimenopause, let's do
Very happy
another
to do that.
episode on that. And if you just drop us a DM, please talk more about it from a scientific point of view, and then we can probably get Dr. Maithili in, or whoever was an expert on it.
Okay. After that really heavy discussion, I need a sip of wine. I see that you're already drinking. Cheers.
I think there's a strand of hair on your lip.
Oh, wow. The things you notice.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay, let's just drink.
Drunk. Drink.
Okay. So I was talking about this wine is actually
the plant-based.
Oh, plant-based. This is plant-based. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. It's from Spain though. The plants are special in Spain.
Yeah, talk about the plant.
It's a plant. The grape variety is 100% Mencia. I don't know what that means, but it's from Spain. And it's, guys, it's beautiful. I'm not going to read out everything that it is, but it's rich and juicy, and I love it because it's got toasted oak flavors, and it's from Spain, and it's courtesy of our lovely sponsor, Delicate Wines. You can find them online, you can order in, and you can go check them out. Thank you, Delicate Wines. Thank you, Jenna, for coming on board this amazing podcast, which I'm sure all of you are enjoying with your besties as you get drunk on your sofa. Okay, continuing. What's your I am too old for this shit moment lately, love? I have mine. I can go first if you want.
Yeah, please go first.
Okay.
Maybe it's the same.
For me, it's literally like I can't take, my tolerance for stupidity is very low. It's always been low, but it's lower and lower.
But you're still very nice about it, I must say, when dealing with stupidity.
I'm in the corporate sector. What do you want me to do?
Oh, sorry, that's true.
Yeah. What's yours?
Same.
It can't be the same. I took it. You think about something else.
Okay. Flakiness.
Okay.
But I'm direct about it lah. So
okay,
let's just put it. If someone is like flaky about something, like let's say if I plan something and then they're like, I'm not too sure, or yes, but I
know what you're talking about. Am I allowed to say it? I'm not allowed to say it. Okay, I'll not say it. I know exactly
And I'm
what
like,
incident
it's
you're
okay, just
referring
don't come.
Okay. Is that actually, may I just say, that's just her? 40 has nothing to do with it. She's just become worse with age. So let's just call this a spade a spade.
No, I'm actually helping the person to make a decision. Like, okay, let's just say flakiness versus indecisiveness. I'm helping you to decide.
You're
You
also Mother Teresa, yes. Yes, okay. What's the weirdest thing you now absolutely love that younger Rosie would completely judge you for? Oh my God, I have so many right now. It's ridiculous. I have so many. I'm dying. Quickly tell.
So many?
Yeah, I have so many.
I can't even think of one.
What? Okay, can I go first?
Yeah, okay.
I travel with a little hot water bag, which I have sent you a picture of from Jakarta or Manila.
That's you.
I know. For me, I'm answering the question.
For yourself.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you think about it while you're drunk,
okay.
so you need some time to think about it. So I literally travel with a little hot water bag, and she's like, "Oh, what a fancy life! You're in Jakarta again." And I sent her a picture of the hot water bag. I said, "That's me in bed with my hot water bag." I love my hot water bag. It goes everywhere I go. So after a tiring day, I'll fill it up with water and I'll just go to sleep with it. I have never been an early to bed, early to rise person.
Or early to anything.
Wow, that was shade being thrown at me. I was only 5 minutes late today, but okay, 10. Early bedtimes are interesting. I could explore that. We used to party 3 times a week or more. Now it's 3 times a year. Yeah, my younger self is like, dude, what happened? You lost the plot or what? Oh, and the other thing is, I literally do nothing but work on the weekends. Not work, but like work on my side projects. My younger self is looking at me right now and saying, dude, you've changed a lot. So those are my pet peeves.
I still can't think of one.
You're telling me you do all the same things then that you used to do now?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can still club the same way.
Right. We have literally gone like 3 times in the past 1 year.
Untrue. You have your migraines to deal with.
Yeah, but
where we are also being succumbed to.
Okay, moving on. So you don't have anything, right?
I don't have.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm still the same 20-year-old. Just in a 40-year-old body.
Okay. Last couple of questions and a little more serious. What is something you are grieving or letting go of at this stage in life?
Also, these questions that she's asking, you can pause, take your wine, ask your girlfriends these questions to each other. I think you'll learn much more about each other. Not that we need to, but yeah, just a
we
suggestion.
We don't need to, but you might.
Okay, repeat question.
Oh, shit. This is what happens. She cannot multitask. This is also something I've learned about her.
Oh, maybe that's why my 20-year-old will be asking me, what happened to your memory?
Exactly. What is something you are grieving or letting go of at this stage in life?
Oh, letting go of all the stupid mistakes I made.
Which were quite a few.
Many.
Yeah.
I'm also willing to let go of people who remind me of it.
Wow, that was harsh. For me, what am I letting go of? I don't usually regret anything. I do grieve the fact that my father is not here anymore. But I must tell you a very interesting incident though. So she knows that I've been trying to register a company, and the registering the authority called me the other day and said for the purpose of registering the company, they need to put my name as my name and my father's name together. So it will be Dipashree Das Deepak Kumar Das. And I literally had tears in my eyes in office. And I was like, he's not gone. He's with me. And I'm getting goosebumps as I speak, as I say this, because while he's not here physically to see the company getting registered, my name as the company gets registered carries his name. Nice. So I think the only thing I grieve is the fact that he's not here to physically see what's happening. Letting go, I spoke about it earlier. I do not work on anyone's timelines anymore. 80%, 20%, I still have to let that go. I only work on my own timelines and ambitions. And if you don't like it, nice meeting you. And last question, Rosie, before we wrap this up. Is there a legacy you want to start building or have already started building on that you want to leave behind now that you've hit 40?
Yeah, Actually, the legacy that I want to leave behind is being kind to people. Like she called me Mother Teresa just now, but I just feel like the world lacks kindness. The world lacks opening up their doors to homeless people, like people who just need to be loved. And that's the legacy that I want to show my kids, that they just need to be kind to people. And of course, you'll be bitten a few times here and there by ungrateful people, but then that's on them. That's not your burden to carry. You just continue being continue being kind. The wine is getting to me already. So we need to wrap this episode fast. But yeah, so that's truly, soulfully, that's the legacy I want to leave behind.
That is so true. And the other night she's up at 1 and she's texting me because she's worried about someone. I said, why aren't you sleeping? And she's like, because I can't help them. And I'm like, my God, this woman is insane. She's forever thinking about how to help people, which I think has rubbed up on me in a very, very big way, because everything that I think of doing right now, like I told you guys earlier, that all this influence and this corporate title, unless you're creating impact, I don't think it's of much meaning to me. So the legacy I want to build is to create something that really benefits mainly women, because we are centuries behind, whether it comes to the corporate sector, whether it comes to business, whether it comes to just life in general. Believe it or not, we have a lot to be making up. She mentioned that she was so scared pitching to a venture capitalist,
investor,
right?
Yeah.
Women get only 2% of venture capital. So you're right to be scared. They
Yeah.
would have turned you down, sorry to say, in any case. Women only have 5% of the top corporate jobs. So when anyone says, you're just getting handouts, I'm like, sorry, we have thousands of years of shit to make up for. So,
And you know, one thing about that also in that conversation, I remember the person was telling me that, after all, 90%, there was some statistics that he said like 90% of the businesses anyway fails. And I'm like, why can't you see this business as one of the 10% that will succeed? That was really triggering. Like after the call, I just sat down there and I'm like, and when I say that, letting go of the people who remind me of the mistakes that I've made. Yes, we have invested in a business before that has gone south, and that's because the person just wasn't genuine with the money that she was given, and that was like a black mark of the kind of investment decision that I made before that person brought up again. And I'm like, yeah, but you just said 90% of the business failed. Hers is probably like 0.01% of the 90% of the business that failed, So to me at that moment, I'm like, why can't just people just get over it, like fail. You lost money, yes, but you didn't lose your life, right?
So the thing
so sensitive.
Yeah, but the thing that we need to realize, especially women, is that men and women are judged by completely different standards, whether it comes at work, whether it comes to venture capital. And that's the playing field that when you have any amount of power, any amount of leverage, whether that's at work, whether it's on social media, whether it's business, that's the playing field that we should all look to level.
Yeah, and to be honest, there are lots of scammers who are men. That doesn't stop people from investing in businesses run by men.
No, it doesn't, because it's a boys' club. However, we are going to get there, which is why we have these kind of forums where we talk openly about it over a fabulous glass of wine from our woman-run business called Delicate Wines by Jenna. Thank you, Jenna, again for this beautiful bottle of wine and for coming on board as our sponsor. So do not lose hope, because we will continue to level the playing field. We will continue to pitch for investor support. We will continue to bring more women in the boardroom, because boy, it's boring being there by yourself. So here's wrapping up another episode of BFF's Wine and Tell. You can find us wherever you watch your favorite podcasts, wherever you listen to them, definitely on YouTube, definitely on Spotify, and do like, share, and subscribe, and join us with your besties on the next episode of BFF's Wine and Tell. Cheers, besties!
You say it so well, bravo.
Oh, thank you. It must be the wine.